Then he thought like maybe his friend coming. He said, hey, don't disturb me leh. Don't disturb me. I want to sleep. Then nobody replied, you know. Then he was like, a bit weird. Why nobody reply me? Then he look up. All the drawers and wardrobe all open.
My name is Far.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
And this is Tales from Incredible Tales, inspired by the classic MediaCorp series, where we explore different aspects of Southeast Asia's supernatural culture, from supposedly haunted locations to creatures and spirits.
Abandoned buildings and places might have been forgotten by some, but for those who are interested in the incredible, and maybe even the apparitions who roam their halls, they are as alive as ever. This episode's topic is inspired by the original Incredible Tales episode, The Fort Factory.
We'll start in Singapore. Woodneuk House or Istana Woodneuk is located in a forested area around Holland Road. It was formerly owned by a Sultan of Johor but has been empty for nearly a century. The fact that Woodneuk House isn't charted on maps just adds to its legends. A place like that is bound to attract rumors of the supernatural. People claim to have seen everything from shadowy figures to spirits and even poltergeists. Many of these possibly preceded or accompanied by phantom scents. Kyle and Wayne even had an episode of their own show, Ghost Maps, where the story was inspired by an account from one of their listeners, Vic. Vic claimed to have seen a ghostly woman, maybe even a Pontiana, while exploring the abandoned building. Don't try to find out the truth behind this building for yourself though. It's now off limits and you will get into trouble if you trespass. Plus, the land might be redeveloped soon due to a land swap between Singapore and Johor Sultanate. So all the more reasons why you should stay away.
Istana Woodneuk. Have you been there before?
Honestly, no.
Can I say, I very rarely say this about like creepy places. I regret not visiting this place. I really would have loved to have seen this place because you see the photos of it, it's like abandoned is one thing. It's been overrun by nature. Like the walls outside have like creepers or like plants growing on it. It's really a case of the natural world has taken over this building. So creepiness aside, it's such an interesting visual place. I wish I could have seen this. But then to get down there already is like such a pain. If it was even legal for you to get out right now.
I did a little bit of urban exploration earlier in my life, but it's one of the places that I never explored because it was very hard to get to actually. Because you have to bash through a forest. I don't like bashing through forest. I think it's a bit...
Yeah, I mean, you're not scared of entities, but you know, that might be snakes. You know,
snakes,
cobra,
ants. I don't like that. Like lizards. I don't like that. Ghosts, okay lah.
Those are fine.
That's not a challenge. Okay? Any entities out there, that's not a challenge.
But I've seen the photos. So I have friends who went there.
Oh, really?
Actually do full-on photo shoots. That was like maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Photo shoots? What?
Yeah.
Wedding?
No lah, like portraits. Like they do the high fashion kind, but they want to do it in an abandoned house.
Oh, okay.
So apparently there is a bathtub inside the house itself. There is that people do rituals to it. Because it's an abandoned house, right? So people do rituals.
Okay.
You can imagine what they put inside the bathtub. And then they draw like satanic symbols. It's all over the house. And there were also a few supposedly encounters by other paranormal investigators that actually went over and then they claim to have seen a woman that's roaming the halls of that place. Possibly maybe the previous owner's wife or something. Yeah, someone that was there. So yeah, that's pretty creepy.
So what do you guys know what actually happened to the house?
It's probably just a case of, this is our land, land changes hands and everything. I don't know what the reason for it being abandoned was, but there's nothing supernatural about why it was abandoned.
Speaking of abandoned buildings, have you guys heard about Matilda House?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At Punggol, right?
Yep.
So my mom used to tell me this story that actually they wanted to demolish that building for a very long time. But every single time there's like, those big machines like gondola. Is it what do you call
the
it?
tractors.
Tractors, right? Whenever they try to like bomb that thing, right? Usually it's the opposite. The building is not demolished, but the machine itself like terbalik lah and stuff like that.
Yeah. Funnily enough, before because now the grounds where Matilda House is, before they built the condo, it was just the house and empty plot of land. I've been there.
Oh,
yeah, I've been to that. I didn't enter lah, but I was outside. You can clearly see that one. So I used to go rounding with my friends. So I was a pillion rider lah. So we'll go to haunted places lah. So this is one of the stops that you go, and we always go there. That's the last stop. Then we go there. Then we sit there, chill. Drink water, then we just look at the haunted place because it's a normal thing to do. So yeah, I mean it looked very creepy, even from afar. I'm not sure why it cannot be torn down.
right.
Could it be a question of like them liking the design and then they kept it in, or could it be something that's more supernatural where they cannot tear it down and then?
But that's the thing, to a point that like, big machines, like heavy machines, terbalik, like upside down when trying to demolish the place. I don't know.
Well, machines can be faulty.
But multiple times,
I don't know where they're getting the machines from. Maybe they should check that brand, see in terms of its quality and everything lah. But yeah, no, Matilda House is one of those places where like, I've never heard specific stories about it. That's the thing. I've never heard specific stories. But it's one of those places, the only thing that's been consistent is they cannot tear it down. For some reason, it's either cannot or they won't tear it down. Yeah, which in a country like Singapore where literally everything, will be renovated and then like one street can look completely different.
Everything will be replaced.
Over 5 years. Something like Matilda House, a bit frightening lah. The fact that it's managed to last this long.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the Istana Woodneuk, right? I'm reading about it. Like, actually, it changed hands a lot of times.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was built in the mid 1800s, built by Anwar guy, like a English trader lah. And then it changed hands to the Johor Sultanate. And then it changed hands again. And then World War II happened, and then it was used for military use, like military. So like at one point, it was used by the Indian Army to prepare them for World War II. And then the British Army. Then it was attacked by the Japanese Army. Then after the war, you return back to the British. Then finally back to the state of Johor, which then the Johor Sultanate lah. Yeah, so changed so much hands. But one thing that is constant is that the ghost stories that is there for many, many years lah.
I mean, obviously there's Angmo ghost there, there's Indian ghost there. It's a lot of
It's a nice multiracial.
Okay, there is no documented deaths, right, of soldiers there lah.
Yeah.
But the Japanese did during the war. The Japanese army did bomb the surrounding area.
Oh.
Yeah, and in 2006 there was actually a fire on Istana Woodneuk.
So in 2006, was it already abandoned?
It was abandoned after 1986.
Yeah.
So from 1957 to 1986, the palace, right, and the compound was actually maintained by a caretaker
Oh.
that was hired by the Johor State Council. Supposedly.
Only one caretaker.
Yeah.
Oh, I respect that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, hats off.
Then after that it was left to its ruins lah. Then of course the fire happened and then it burned. It was quite a big fire actually. It burned down some of the roof. And this place was also like supposedly a haven for drug users to be there. They stayed there lah. Abandoned places usually is like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then of course there's the whole urban exploration boom where a lot of people start going to all these haunted places and they do graffiti and all.
But quite interesting, like how an abandoned building suddenly caught on fire. Could it possibly be, whenever people go there, for like satanic
Rituals.
Oh, the rituals, the
then
candles.
they use the candles and they forget about it or what, then suddenly boom.
Yeah, very much likely lor. Very much likely that could be the case or maybe like punters like people who want to get gamblers lah. Then they go and pray to the spirits there. They say, hey, you give me something, here's like the offerings. Then they never extinguish the fire, then it just burn. Trying to get 4D numbers or like something lah, you know.
Is that a common thing in abandoned areas where the punters go down there to pray to spirits that might be in an abandoned area specifically?
Yes.
Wow.
Not just abandoned places. To my knowledge, is cemeteries, abandoned places, places with high numbers of fatalities.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because like if you told me they went to a cemetery and all that, at least that sounds like okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like a consecrated land. It is a consecrated land in that sense. So okay, that makes sense. Abandoned places, like, oh, you really love gambling if you're willing to go down there. I hope it's worth it. I hope you strike your 4D like first prize.
I think there's one more abandoned place. I believe it was called Red House in Pasir Ris. Have you guys heard about that?
Oh yeah, I've heard about it.
So whenever kids want to explore the place inside, right? So I think outside the gate, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I forget, but outside the gate, right? There's like this monument, like
the lion statue.
So
Pichu,
they say, right, if you want to enter, you have to light a cigarette, put it inside the mouth, and then you go in, you explore.
Correct.
Before it runs out, you have to go out.
Yes.
If not, you'll be stuck inside.
That is I heard that, and we have done it as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, well, I went into the Red House before, so yeah. So back when it was abandoned, back 2006 era, that kind. When you were secondary school kids, you do it as a dare with your friends. You know chalet nearby. You dare or not? You dare to go or not? Go lah. You want to act tough in front of friends? Go lah. We all go. 10 guys go in lah. Yeah. So then light the cigarette, put in, and we go. Then scare yourself, run around. But actually, it's not very big. Red House is not very big.
It's like
a bungalow lah.
Oh,
it's a bungalow. It's like a bungalow. It's very creepy. Definitely very, very creepy. Now I believe it's a childcare.
Oh, really?
It's already like they clean it up, and then it's like it's in use now lah.
I think the only abandoned place that I've been to, right, Old Changkat Changi Secondary School.
Demolished already, is it?
I think now it is demolished, but back then when I was in secondary school, I managed to, so I was from Changkat Changi Secondary School, the new one.
Yeah.
The Simei one lah.
Yeah, so one day, I think it was secondary 3. So me and my friends decided to take a visit lah. Go see the old Changkat Changi, right? We wanted to experience lah, right, the place. So we went there lah. It's quite near lah, but we took bus lah. It's quite near. So when we get there was a security guard. There's a Malay pakcik, Malay uncle, just standing there. What are you guys doing here? And we say, we told them it was for a school project. We need to do research. So that the uncle willingly, the security guard willingly like let us go inside. But he accompanied us lah. So we went lah. So it was so creepy. You imagine the home economics, kitchen.
Yeah.
It was like super old school,
Yeah.
It was super old school, and then the classroom is like totally run down. It was really, really creepy. Even like I think at that point of time it was afternoon.
Yeah.
So that's the only abandoned place I've went to.
So you just went in, just walk, CC lah.
Yeah. Just to experience.
Then the uncle accompany you all.
Yeah. But
very
then,
nice,
but
very
then if I recall correctly, the uncle also did like the Malay uncle also did like share a little bit lah. Oh, this is the classroom, or this was the toilet, or this was the place that a lot of people say got ghosts, whatever. Those kind of things lah.
Wow, so he like not scared lah.
Hey, he alone no. And I'm not sure he worked until what time, but at that point of time, I remember he was alone.
Yeah.
Quite a tough security guard. I think now also there's a lot of like abandoned HDBs and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
I think one of it is Spooner Road. I think everyone knows.
Yeah.
I think Tanglin Hall also, right?
Tanglin Hall, they refurbished it already. Now it's gonna be rental flats for a while lah. Before they tear down, they're gonna use it.
The other one is Diamond Block. I've never been there also.
Taman Jurong.
Diamond Block has it been abandoned already?
On and off lah.
Oh,
But if I'm not wrong, they finally closed down, right? The supermarket below.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I hope they don't demolish it, because it will be a pity, because it's quite a special design.
Yeah.
It's a very I've been there, both abandoned and both not abandoned. It's very weird. It is very, very weird. Like uncles they like to share stories. So we went there to shoot some photographs, and it was in the day. Then we just reached there. Then we had coffee. Then the uncle just looked at us, like a bunch of uncles, like, what are you boys doing here? So it's in the middle of nowhere. Like, what are you doing here? Are you staying here? I said, no, we just come here take photo. oh, you want to hear ghost story or not? Then start telling us ghost stories about the place and all. Then then we went out lah. But at that point it wasn't abandoned, but it was very not as many people because it's rental flats.
Oh, okay.
So there's business on the first and to the third floor. Then of course the famous supermarket.
Okay,
and then the ledge is one of the most shortest ledge in HDB. You know, ledge usually is like about here, right? It's about here only.
Oh, anytime.
So it's very dangerous. Yeah. It's very dangerous. Yeah. So that was a very interesting place to be. Now it's all fenced up. I think it's fully abandoned already.
Those ledges are so short that I, who am vertically challenged, even I was like, whoa, this is dangerous. So I can't imagine anybody taller than me walking through there. Speaking of stories, let's move to the Philippines, where we will talk about the Manila Film Center. The Manila Film Center has a tragic history. Its construction was ordered way back in 1981 by then First Lady Imelda Marcos, who wanted the building to be the crown jewel of the inaugural Manila International Film Festival. But in November that year, the scaffolding on the 4th floor collapsed, trapping workers in quick-drying cement. A media blackout was put into place and rescue workers were only allowed access 9 hours after the incident. By that time, unsurprisingly, more than 100 workers had already died or were buried in cement. Naturally, this tragedy led to seemingly supernatural incidents. Leading up to the festival, some usherettes were hit by an odd smell backstage, and many said they could feel something cold blowing on their skin. Others working on the festival, as well as some of the guests, even said that they saw ghosts of those workers. A few months later, Betty Benitez, the wife of an assistant minister and the woman who gave the order to continue construction of the center as if nothing happened, died in a car accident. This is the part that really gets to me. A medium who visited the center claimed the spirits told him that Betty is with us.
Ooh, creepy. Well, they still went ahead with the film festival.
They went ahead with the film festival.
Oh my god.
That's the there's so many layers to this that make it all the more upsetting and almost make you sympathize with the ghosts. Because all this, the media blackout, they didn't want to make a big deal over the fact that the scaffolding fell. I was reading, there was a quote from a woman who was a kid, and she was the daughter of, I think, one of the PR people or something like that. And can't remember the exact quote, but more or less she was saying her parents told her that they would see bodies being pulled out from the accident site, covered in cement and literally frozen because the cement basically dried and they died in the cement itself. So I'm like, that's already so tragic as it is. And then to, on top of all that, continue on with the film festival, just to keep going, just to have, this nice big celebration, after all the workers perished like this. I mean, tragedy is already bad enough as it is. Tragedy with all this compounded.
I'm sure there might be missing people that are still there.
Buried.
So your foundation is like, there's people still down there.
Yep.
So I'm not surprised that it's haunted.
Yeah.
Super haunted. And so many people died there.
And the fact that they died tragically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's I think the worst part about it isn't just that it's tragic, it's tragedy that could have been avoided. A 9-hour period in between where they were just trying to make sure that the press didn't get word about this. 9 hours, right? Can you imagine how many people they could have saved?
True.
And then they're left there to suffer, to die until the rescue workers could get to them.
Yeah, I mean this kind of major tragic deaths, right, is usually there's a lot of residual energy. And then the residual energies, right, I wonder how long does it take for it to dissipate, right? Yeah. So for Singapore, we also had a tragedy. The New World Hotel collapsed. So the actual site has a new building now.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if it's still are the spirits at peace or are they still there?
I mean, if I'm being honest, right, I don't think they are at peace at all. Even if they manage to call some medium or what to how how do I put this?
Appease the spirits, maybe.
The spirits, I'm pretty sure they are still lingering around. You know, they can never be like, you know, fully move on. They can never fully move on. You get what I mean?
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Yeah.
They died like to me lah. They died tragically. You know, same like this one lah. Right? So I mean, like as much as you know, you can okay, I make a deal with you. You don't disturb me, I don't disturb you. That kind of thing, right? But still, at the end of the day, they disturb humans also. Right? They still haunt people. Right? You get what I mean? So
So you're saying that they're just there lah.
They're just there.
They're just there.
It's their place now lah.
It's their place now.
I mean, that's my opinion lah.
So wow. So you imagine,
That's dark, man.
yeah, the Manila Film Center. So there's like 100 over workers. So they are all there lah. They are all still there lah.
I'm pretty sure they don't die in peace, right?
And you know that, and it's a place for screening movies, right? It's the darkest place of almost everywhere, right? Because literally light doesn't enter a cinema because it's meant for watching movies to be pure black. And then you have the tragic history, and then the ghosts come, and then some parts of Philippines they have some Chinese ethnicities, right? So they do actually
Cleanse.
no, they do actually practice Hungry Ghost Festival.
Okay.
Oh.
So Hungry Ghost Festival,
Oh.
major tragedy, cinema. You put two and two together, keras bro. You watch movies suddenly got more people on.
Imagine you. Wow, a lot of people watch this movie. Very nice. Then you just keep on watching. And after at the end of the show, right, you turn around, right, you see everyone is actually empty. It's actually empty.
Just you lah.
Yeah, oh my days.
I will say I never tried to get the seat closest to the screen in the cinema. All the more reason when you say that during Hungry Ghost months or more, I'm definitely not getting the seats in front in that film center.
Yeah.
That one definitely reserved for the spirits.
But I think for this particular incident, right, I think even if they took Betty Benitez with them, right?
Yeah.
Because they said Betty is with us.
Yeah.
To me, it's still not fair lah.
Of course.
100 lives
exactly.
and one life.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sure there were. I mean, at that point, right, there was a media blackout. I'm sure there were a lot more things happening that we don't even know till today. Right? There was probably cover up, right? To hide it from the media. So we don't know. Maybe the amount is so much more. It could be, right? Like if you wear your tinfoil hat, the amount could be much more, and a lot more stuff could happen.
Yeah.
And you know lah, like when we say people with a lot of power and influence, they also have power to get spiritual practitioners to help them block all this.
Yeah.
So actually, I would say that the person that actually got claimed is maybe on the lower totem lah, the rank not high enough. So kena claim.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the ones that are really involved, they can block.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it could be that lah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So fair point.
Yeah. Because it feels like too nice an ending to the story. Whereas like, oh, the person who is quote responsible was claimed by the spirit, so everything's okay now. I was like, that's too neat lah. I'm sorry. Like I don't think one person could shoulder the blame for all of this. So I think it's like you said, one soul for all those workers who passed on. It doesn't balance out.
Right.
I don't see people, unless a whole different developer comes in, destroys this place, and then rebuilds something on top of it. I don't see anybody going like, oh, okay, well, let's try to give the souls here a chance to rest. So for this one at least, that one I do genuinely think they're all still there. They're probably still roaming the halls till this very day.
Yeah.
And which is awful lah. I mean, like, they deserve to literally rest in peace lah.
Now I want to go. I want to go and see.
I know, right?
I want to go to a film festival there. Just to see what happened. Go watch a horror film. Got 4D effects on. I'm not the one who wronged them, right? I'm just there to watch the film.
Look, you're just there to fulfill the purpose of the place.
Yes, correct.
But okay lah, good deal, right? You watch a horror film, you pay for a normal ticket, but you get 4D experience.
It might even be scarier than the actual story itself. There you go.
Yeah, fair.
Oh gosh.
Moving on, many people claim that Tak Tak School is one of the most haunted locations in Hong Kong. And the legends behind it certainly back that claim up. The school has been abandoned since 1998. But according to two different reports, a group of students decided to explore the grounds either in 2001 or 2011. The group ended up being driven to hysteria after one of them, a girl, attempted to strangle herself. When a boy from the group tried to help her, she beat him. Other stories that circulate are that the ghost of a former principal still haunts the ground, and even the area around the school was used as a mass grave for villagers who were massacred in 1941 during the Japanese occupation.
Yeah, I mean, Hong Kong is one of my favorite cities to visit lah. I try to visit every year, and I think last year I was in Hong Kong and I actually went to that area. I wanted to go take some photographs. So Hong Kong is slightly larger than Singapore. So they have like the main city where it's like super dense, and then they have like the more countryside, right?
Yeah.
So Tatk Tak is near the countryside. It's like a good 50-minute drive away from the city.
Okay.
Yeah. So that area, when we drove past, we were going to a old Chinese village. So those villages like you see in the Chinese drama, that very old one, like you still can go there and take photos. Like, then I did not realize that I actually passed by Tatk Tak.
Oh.
So it was like literally like right next to it only. Then I went back, right, and I was like looking at the map, right. Then I realized that actually that whole area, a lot of cemeteries. So you can imagine it's like equivalent to like a school right next to Bukit Brown.
Oh, okay, okay.
So no wonder it's so haunted lah. Because the whole area is all like keras one lah. More keras one lah. Yeah. And then there is this pond that supposedly nearby lah. This pond that got a lot of people, they go inside lah. They go inside and end themselves lah. So yeah.
Inside the Tak Tak school?
No.
Oh,
Nearby. So that area a bit more creepy, on the creepier side on.
So they take their lives by drowning themselves in the pond.
Yep.
How deep is the pond?
I don't know.
Deep enough.
I think
apparently,
it looks. I mean, I walked past it. It looked pretty deep. Yeah, yeah. But the area is not the usual. How to say, like, you know, Hong Kong, when you think of Hong Kong, like, it's dense. Yeah, it's
but
dense.
It's more to like the rural.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is surrounded by mountains and hills and forests lah. So Tatk Tak is in this area called Yuen Long. So this place is more a bit, they will call it the new territories lah. So it's closer to Shenzhen already.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that area is quite creepy, I would imagine. And then in our own podcast, we actually did talk about like the haunted roads. So it's also near one of those roads, right, that is known to be haunted. So it's all along lah. It's like Hong Kong's version of Karak.
Oh.
So the area.
Okay.
Yeah. So the focal point is Tak Tak. Yeah.
You've got these abandoned places and they're all separate stories. There's like Woodneuk is one thing. Like, you know, or there might be a Pontianak on there, all this. But when you have the central story of this girl who's gone into hysteria, and then she bites her friend. Tried to strangle her friend, bite herself, right? Like that to me is, it's even more frightening when there's an anchor story associated with a particular place. Like the story about the principal haunting the school and everything, that one I'm like, but
might be true, maybe.
Might be true, maybe not. But like something like this sounds much more believable. And you see, the thing is, you'll see reports on it. It doesn't help its case that a lot of the reports, the facts differ slightly. Like you see down here, one says 2001, one says 2011. But even then, this idea of the girl going to hysteria and biting a friend, that immediately makes you think, what's going on down there? Something's not right about that place.
I mean, as soon as you have hysteria, means, you know, there's a few entities there already.
Yeah.
I've read countless of stories about hysteria in asrama. So in Malaysia, there's asrama, right?
Yeah.
I've read countless of stories. So usually you start from a person, and then, you know, when you try to help her, then we'll like jump, then the mass hysteria already.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's the one thing that till now I'm not sure why. Why usually this happens in like schools? You get what I mean? I don't know why.
There's a saying that schools are actually a vortex of energy. So let me explain. Like, usually schools got shift, right? Morning and afternoon shift, right? So in the morning and the afternoon, there's a lot of people moving around, right?
Oh, right.
Then suddenly at night, there's no more energy. Boom.
Oh.
It's quiet. One security guard, one caretaker maybe, right? And the Chinese believe in the yin and yang energy. So you morning and afternoon you got like a surge of yang energy, and at night you just take it away. So, and sometimes schools are located in quieter areas, especially Tak Tak, right? It's like right in the middle of nowhere.
Really, yeah.
It's more village, more kampong. So plus the fact that it's around cemeteries, maybe it created a vortex. Therefore, it attracted a lot of the spirits. And when it's empty, right, and for long periods of time, don't forget school holidays. Spirits tend to enter the house. Yeah, even for Malay folklore, right? Like when the place is too empty for too long, spirits tend to go and
hey, there's a new place
for us to play.
All right, let's go in. Let's go camping.
Yeah, I think that is the reason why schools, even in Singapore, like some schools are haunted because there's an emptiness and a vortex of energy. So then they just go in lah. Yeah. So I think that's probably one of the reasons. The mass hysteria stories I've also heard.
Right.
My own secondary school. I cannot name which secondary school, but I've heard stories of mass hysteria. Same thing.
I mean,
during camp lah. Camp.
Camps. Okay.
Yeah, during camp, then like one person kena, then boom, all kena. Like it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
The schools feels extra creepy just before Maghrib. Dusk. Before like the evening set in, like 4-5 p.m.
Yeah, cause
very quiet already. Then you like alone, like wow, a bit creepy the school.
Because last time I was in NPCC for a short while, right? So usually it ends at that timing, and it will be really that creepy, like oh yeah, just now like so noisy. People at the canteen are like then suddenly 4+, 5+, right? Suddenly like
quiet,
so quiet already. Oh yeah, actually it's quite true. Wow, I never really noticed that.
I mean, that also explains like, because you said there was the mass hysteria and it happened during a school camp, right?
Yeah.
It's at a time that normally it would be quiet also.
Yeah.
So it does make sense that, if you're invading their shift, so to speak, naturally they'll be like, get out. This is if you're gonna come during my time, you're gonna have to face trouble.
And as you were speaking about NPCC, I just recall a story in secondary school. So this was one of my oldest friends in secondary school. He was in NPCC as well, and I think he was the in charge for his level lah. So he had access to the room for the CCA, right? And that room is a very old block of our secondary school. So our secondary school actually went through quite major renovation. So the old block, and then they built new blocks. So that is the old block that he's at. And he was like early lah. Then he's like, okay, let me take a nap. So he went in to the room. He was alone, and then it's one of those rooms, right, that had like big wardrobes on each side. And they kept their stuff inside.
Big wardrobes.
So like the equipment, like the fake rifles, all these, right, they put all inside. Then in the middle is like one long table, almost much longer than this table lah.
Okay.
So he just found a comfortable spot and then he just lie down and sleep, right? And then, right, like I think he sleep like halfway, like maybe half an hour. It's quite deep already. Then he started hearing the drawers being open, pull open. Open. Then he thought like maybe his friend come in. He said, hey, don't disturb me. Don't disturb me. I want to sleep. Then nobody replied, Then he was like, a bit weird. Why nobody reply me? Then he look up. All the drawers and wardrobe all open.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then that's when he realized, right, that actually the block, right, that the NPCC room is in, right, is known to be haunted. Yeah, that because it's very, very old. The school is very, very old. So the block is haunted. And then he quickly closed everything. Yes, he still have to close everything. Not he will kena from the teacher. Close everything, lock up, he go. He go to the canteen or something. Then he never rest there anymore.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
It's so creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy. Last on the list, let's head to Thailand, Bangkok. Sathorn Unique Tower was supposed to be a luxury condo. What it ended up being was one tragedy after another. The building was a dream project for Rangsang Suwan, a prominent Thai architect and developer. 3 years after Suwan's dream project started taking shape, however, he was arrested for allegedly plotting the murder of the president of the Supreme Court. The development actually continued after this though. In fact, it was actually almost done. when the 1997 financial crisis, construction was halted and remains in limbo till this day. Since then, rumors have run rampant that the building is haunted. There's a particular popular legend of a construction worker who fell to his death while working on the tower. Since then, some people have actually claimed that his ghost is still wandering the corridors. Fuel was actually added to the supernatural fire when the body of a Swedish backpacker was found on the 43rd floor in 2014. There are also rumors that the towers were built upon former burial grounds. Actually, we've been there.
Yes, we have.
Wayne and I, we've been there.
During the day.
For another project. And I actually chanced upon cemeteries around that area.
Okay.
Like Chinese cemeteries around that area. So the rumors of it being
A former burial ground, it might be true.
not very far. Yeah, not very far from the truth. There's like kampong, there's like a few shop houses, then cemeteries. Yeah.
And for me, it was the kampong area. I can't remember the cemeteries, but I remember the kampong areas. And that to me is what lends credence, because if they were going to bury their dead somewhere nearby, it's very literally next to where the tower is now. So that
But when you guys visited the tower, was there anything like creepy or strange? Any encounters?
I think we were quite blessed that day because it was a chill day. So it was, I think, high noon. So it's like about 1 p.m. So usually that period, the yang energy is strong. So nothing. We didn't went in, of course. But we were underneath the tower, like walking around, looking at the tower. We did see the another legend where it's like the reason why the tower cannot be finished is because it's casting a shadow on one of the temples in front of it.
Oh,
because the Thais, they revere Buddha, right? They are mostly a Buddhist society. So actually casting a shadow on
that's like disrespectful.
it's very disrespectful.
Okay.
Apparently So we saw the temple. It's like right in front across the road. So we saw the temple. It's like, okay, I can see why there are rumors about that also. But you can literally see the bones of the tower. So it's like you can see all the pillars, everything, but nothing is inside.
Yeah.
So you can see the whole structure, like the car park, everything, but you don't have the walls.
Oh.
But it's still standing lah. It is still standing. It's still to this day lah. Yeah, and one thing that I felt that was extremely creepy and extremely fun was that they actually shot a horror film there.
Yep.
They got permission from the authorities to shoot an actual horror film there. I watched the film. It's called The Promise, I think.
The Promise.
Yeah, Thai horror film.
Okay.
Promise.
The
Yeah,
Promise.
it's quite recent, like less than 10 years ago. Then they shot the film there on location.
But it's regarding that tower lah.
No.
Oh, no.
It's like
it's for a different.
yeah,
Just for a
it's-
setting
it's-
only.
Yeah, they use it as a setting. But it's like people like to shoot there lah. Yeah. And the one thing unique about that tower is that there's actually a huge banner. So people like actually put advertisements because it's such a
Still.
big such a tall tower.
Yeah.
You can see it from the highway.
Yeah.
So people actually put billboards. So we're talking about your iPhones, your Grab app. They put billboards.
Your soft drinks and everything. It's all there.
So
What a way to monetize.
I know, right?
not just that, like Wayne and I were wondering, like, imagine you're the worker. You have to go up there, right? Somebody has to go out there to put the thing down, right? Of course, it's super big. Then you have to find a way to, but somebody had to go out there and make sure that it hang properly. Would you want to be that someone?
Can you imagine the bonus pay you get out of that?
I don't think there will be bonus
I
pay.
think no bonus pay, bro.
High up already, haunted on top of that, right? No.
Alright, today we're gonna install some banner. Yeah, bro. Or the Sathorn Unique Tower.
For me, it's also the thought of who is the advertising exec, right? Who's buying the spaces and going, yeah, the abandoned supposedly haunted tower. Let's advertise our product around there. Perfect product placement down there.
I think that's what the engineers of Southeast Asians are like.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah lah, this one maybe haunted this, but you see the space so good, the highway like that, I can see the ad very big, like.
And someone like it's a unique. There's a story behind it, right? They confirm people come and see one. And then when they see the tower, they see our banner also.
They don't even have to get that close. That's the best part. They just have to drive around it. You're like,
Yeah.
mobile company. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, right, that you ignore the ghost. You ignore the ghost. It's like, I need to recoup my loss. I built this tower, I still haven't recouped my loss. Let me recoup my loss.
This question is for everyone. They say that if a space is empty for a long enough time, ghosts and spirits would move in and inhabit it. How long do you think a space needs to be empty for this to happen, and why? Like, how long does it take for the entity, for the ghost to?
I'm curious to know what you think.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's fast.
Wow. I'm sorry, a very terrible joke crossed my mind. Okay. Immediately I thought, so this is like the spiritual version of MOP. When can you start selling it to other entities to move in?
Yeah.
Why 2 weeks?
Okay, first and foremost, I think because I read it somewhere. After 2 weeks,
Really?
if you were, let's say you sell your house already, right? After 2 weeks, it's enough time for like a ghost, like this one right here, right? Suddenly like, oh, there's a space. Let's go in, something like that. I think I read it somewhere lah. How about you? What do you think? How long will it take?
I think it will take maybe...
Yes.
No lah. I think maybe half a year. 6 months. About 6 months. Because it's empty long enough. Devoid of... We're thinking of a scenario where this place used to be inhabited by humans. People stay there. Yeah, about 6 months.
6 months.
6 months. Yeah. Then your energy dissipates.
Yeah.
Takes time. Then dust gathers. Then animals.
Dirty. Slowly get
Yeah.
dirty, then like negative already.
Yeah, all negative already, then they come. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel lah.
I think, 6 months sounds about right, but for me, it's probably a year.
Yeah.
I think the time varies. If it's a space that's, let's say like Istana Woodneuk, where it's a landed property and nature can start inhabiting it, I feel like in that case it'll be a lot faster. Because if nature starts inhabiting it, then the spirits of nature, the entities that reside in nature are like, oh, okay, if nature is reclaiming this place, then clearly
It's part of me also. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're saying like a mall or something, or even Sathorn Unique Tower, where you're surrounded more by a city, a year before the energy, like you said, the energy changes. If the area around it is still very much occupied, I think the outside area affects the energy on the inside. So a year at most, but for 6 months, I would say something like Woodneuk, Istana Woodneuk, where nature starts inhabiting.
Yeah. I think the consensus can be 6 months to a year lah, because for charms lah, especially Chinese, the talisman, right? It takes time. It does expire. The power does go away for after like about a year lah, just about a year. So it does not say expire. The power is not as strong. So you need to re-blast it. Even for salt and rice, those blessing, they can expire also. They can dry up, They dry up, then they expire. Then you have to put new rice and salt lah. So I think that is also a good benchmark of time. Whether if you gone protection the protection no more, then they can enter.
All right, so it's time once again. Kyle, please share with us our morbid fact of the day.
So you guys will like it if you like rom-com. Even though they didn't film at the actual location, one of the settings for Crazy Rich Asians was actually inspired by Istana Woodneuk. So now you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it will be a very, very different movie lah. If they actually filmed there. I mean, I can imagine me directing a different version of Crazy Rich Asian, Crazy Hantu Asians. So it's all ghosts.
But imagine if they shoot at the real Istana Woodneuk. Wow, the art department.
Good luck to them.
Good luck, man.
Good luck to them. Even if they didn't do the proper blessings, if they didn't, like, the art department didn't come in and change everything, right?
How to the roof got holes, yeah.
Exactly. we'll be hearing different stories around Ronnie Cheng and like Frida at this point. Like, what happened to them?
Yeah.
What were they doing when they were filming Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah. Like, I think it will look more like, the Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride. More than anything else.
And now the new romantic comedy, Crazy Haunted Asians.
Yeah, Crazy Haunted Asians coming soon.
But I think all the scary ghosts all come from Asia lah. So yeah, scary.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. I think we all can agree on that.
That's true. Yeah.
And I'm sure nobody will correct us in the comments.
Thank you to all of you for tuning into Tales from Incredible Tales. New episodes go online every week on MeWatch, MeListen, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
My name is Far, and we'll see you next time.